And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. And Shams, New York really putting something together around Jalen Brunson.
Knicks fans have a lot of reason for optimism. It'll be interesting to me, though, to see if this team can get further and further in the Eastern Conference to a conference finals, maybe to an NBA finals, and winning a championship. But how can they continue to surround Jalen Brunson with superstar talent? That will be interesting to monitor in New York.
Absolutely. That front office will really be looked at as they try to build the pieces around this terrific young player.
And now they have stability, they have assets, they have players that they can trade that are wanted around the league. So this New York team, they finally have direction, and they finally have hope, and they finally have a chance to win in the East.
Absolutely. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Good on the shot.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
Well, we know it's been tough to win in Detroit for the Pistons. They've changed coaches again. Just 2 playoff appearances, Shams, in the last 15 years for this very proud and historic franchise. But there is, I feel, as you look at that franchise, hope. Do you see it as well?
No question, and it really starts with Cade Cunningham. I'm told the Pistons organization has all the confidence in the world in Cunningham. First pick in the draft. In 2021, he averaged 23 points, 8 assists per game, 6'6" point guard. Cunningham is someone the Pistons brass is very confident can be a franchise player, and he is their cornerstone moving forward.
He is a good starting point, I would agree. And a wide open look for Cunningham. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, here's Bridges. Here's Brunson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. Hart, that's good. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want. But there are going to be some trade-offs. That includes the free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Paul Reed's checked in for Jalen Duren. Hardaway is subbed in for Cunningham. Ivy passes to Harris. Here's Ivy. He has yet to score, and the basket by Harris.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Brunson, no good. Pistons trail by 9. Here's Ivy. And it's off from three-point range. New York's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Pistons, Stewart checked in for Reed. Fontecchio's coming in for Asar Thompson. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Jaden Ivey. Then for the Knicks, Achua, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Miles McBride comes in for Green, and it's Payne in for Jalen Brunson. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 6-point game. Pass to McBride. And he jams it with authority.
Well, Josh Hart, the very definition of unselfish. How about keeping his eyes up and finding his teammate?
Harris outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the ball. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. And the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. Miles McBride out there with Payne, and it's Achua in at the 5 spot. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Hardaway passes to Harris. Shoots the 3. Cranes the three-pointer. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that last shot just bothered Harris. He was compelled to go back at him.
Hart, that's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I love playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
For the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Reed, and it's Cunningham in for Isaiah Stewart. And then for New York, Towns, he's checked in for Precious Achua. OG Anunoby comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. got a piece of it. Brunson with a head of steam. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Thompson comes in for Fontecchio. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Cunningham for 3. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. It's Hart on the wing. Thompson against Anunoby. Towns for 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, the very definition of a stretch 4 or 5, whatever position he happens to be playing, Cat can space the floor.
Pass to Harris, and they get it. That shot, no good.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now, Towns has said he believes he's the greatest shooting big ever. That's how confident he is.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. We know Doris and Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has she shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Cunningham's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to Towns. Over Ivy. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That shot, no good. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please, direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the fans half-court shot to Railroad lead.
Check it out, New York. Right now, a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing.
And switching gears now to that first half. Big hill to climb for the Detroit Pistons.
If they think they'll win...
And that's a halftime.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
The three. Rebound, Detroit. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Cunningham up top. He's got 10. And there's the call on Karl-Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Brunson. Coming off a terrific season, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league. His top 5 ranking last year puts him right there in the ranks of the elite.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Break 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
Here's Cunningham. Green with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Towns. Pass to Green. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Stewart. Bangs home the trifecta. Stewart's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Towns with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Bridges finds Anunoby. And Green launches it from deep. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Thompson is double. Here's Ivey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ivey's got his first points of the night.
And he's a big combo guard, and Ivey plays with no fear in there.
Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Wow, the size and speed of Towns, a natural-born highlight reel.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Pass to Duren. And here's Cunningham. Pistons passing it around. The shot by Ivey, no good. In the corner, it's Bridges. Right wing. Brunson scanning the floor. No good from outside. Pistons trail by 15. Here's Ivey. Anunoby sends it back.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet, 7'2" wingspan, says twice on the pipes.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Good work there as it goes. Brunson's got 6 in the quarter.
Jalen Brunson right now attacking without hesitation. His foot is on the gas pedal.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And a different look here for the Pistons. Reedy's checked in for Jalen Duren. Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Simone Fontecchio, he's checked in for Thompson. Hardaway is subbed in for Cunningham. Then for the Knicks, Achua, he's checked in for Towns. Josh Hart comes in for Green. And Miles McBride subbed in for OG Anunoby. 5 to shoot. Harris with it. Hart covering. Fires it up. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Harris has got 9 points.
It really, over the years, Harris has worked so hard on that jumper, now reaping the rewards of all his labor. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
one thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
New York leading by 17. Over in the corner, McBride. Pass to Brunson. Over Harris. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Hardaway for three. Good on the three-point shot. 12 points for him. Jalen Brunson has been on display for New York. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We'll get you back to the action. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom.
Keep the ball moving. Quick decisions. Get the ball from side to side. Set better screens. Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Quick tune-up there from Tom Thibodeau. Wants to see improvement in a number of areas.
Yeah, and to me, it comes down to better execution across the board. Each guy needs to hold himself accountable for his part in the bigger scheme.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got OG Anunoby. Towns is out there with Hart. Then there's Cameron Payne. And it's McBride in at the 2-guard spot. Hardaway kicks to Beasley. Outside Hardaway. A three-pointer, no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for New York. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. And there's a foul. It's on Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game. Detroit making a switch. Sasser's checked in. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Harris finds Sasser. And the 3 off target.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Hart off target at the rim. Pistons trail by 14. Hardaway with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Pistons. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Anunoby. Connects from 3-point range.
The jump shot just keeps improving from OG Anunoby. Amazing. You put in the time, you get into a nice rhythm.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Then for the Knicks, Green is checked in for Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. And here's Stewart. Knocks it loose. Towns with the steal. Pass to Anunoby. From deep. And the Knicks hit again from deep. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Knicks?
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
For the 3. They get it back. Towns kicks to Anunoby. The 3. The shot, no good. Pistons trail by 20. Ivy, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Green passes to Brunson. Fires the 3. Thompson with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to Duren. Stolen by Brunson. Here's Anunoby. There's the triple. Nailed from three-point land. Anunoby's got 12 points in just the second half. Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The shot by Ivey, no good.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jalen Brunson.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Here's Cunningham. And he can't stop the run as he misses. New York with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Brunson outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
Substitution on the floor.
"20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hardaway with it. Pass to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. The 3-pointer is right on target.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our program.